Welcome to the podcast, Truck Hauling Talks. I'm John Jackson. The goal of this podcast is to bring you thoughtful discussions, interesting points of views, insights, and valuable information that you can apply to your trucking operation. The podcast is dedicated to exploring the most pressing transportation challenges from development and start to implementation. Truck Hauling Talks believes that transportation is an essential part of our daily lives and is passionate about finding ways to make it more sustainable, efficient, and profitable for drivers and small businesses. Thank you for listening to Truck Hauling Talks. Now here's this week's podcast. Okay, Chanel, so we were talking about the liens. Are they the only ones that you know of? Or, well, not that you know of, are they the only ones that they have out there? You know, the mechanic type liens or the financial type? Is it more?
Well, those are the mechanic, tow, or storage. Those are the only type of liens when it comes to your vehicle being sitting, in an area that it's not supposed to, or, the mechanic, tow company, or vehicle storage company. They're trying to seek that compensation. You haven't paid them. Okay. But that's it. That's the only type of lien when it comes to those companies trying to get resources and recoup what you didn't give them up front. Okay. Or what was due. Right. So that's totally different from the financial type of lien. Okay. When it comes to you not being able to pay for a vehicle in full. So okay. I just want to specify. Okay.
Totally that in there.
Subject.
I added that one in there.
Yeah, totally
different. Totally different. Okay. Yeah. We'll keep it with the tow and storage and mechanical lien. All right. So with that being said, if a driver or a company has a tractor or equipment at the mechanic shop, and they didn't authorize, so they say, they didn't authorize them to do the repairs that the company is charging them for, is there a way that they can fight it, or do they have to pay it first before anything else can be done? Is there anything they can do?
It really depends. I'm kind of like the middle person when it comes to the mechanic liens, because I talk to the clients that I serve, okay. And I also talk to the customers as well. Okay. And me, when I take my car in, I'm a woman, but hey, you're not going to get me. I'm the type of person, I make sure when I go to the shop, I'm going to sign on the dotted line. I'm not going to give you my car and I walk away. With that being said, I know some people, a lot of times, they walk into that shop, they do not sign any type of consent, diagnostic, nothing. It's all verbal.
Right.
Bad choice.
Okay.
I don't care if it's a diagnostic. Get your stuff in writing, okay? And if the mechanic chooses to go forward after they share with you what's going on, get it in writing. Okay. If it's all going to be verbal, just take your car and go somewhere else.
Okay.
But if you're going to let your vehicle sit there, make sure you're signing what is being communicated to you.
Okay.
Because if you don't, and they might say, well, hey, you authorized it.
Yeah.
But you have no proof that you authorized or did not authorize.
True.
But I do see those scenarios a lot. I even see cases where people will have a spouse or loved one to just take their vehicle somewhere, and they may be out of town. Mm-hmm. And sadly, they have a mechanic lien on their vehicle. Mm-hmm. They might then tell the person to go through with the repairs. Maybe just take it in to see what's going on, get it diagnosed or whatever. Yeah. So you really want to be careful. If you're saying you did not consent, the mechanic could have proof. So make sure you get something signed, or if you're getting the documents, make sure you look at them properly. If there is a signature required, be mindful, of the communication that's coming forth from the mechanic.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So do you find it more? Do you find it that, I'm trying to figure out how I want to word it. Well, do you find more reputable companies are willing to work with the customer, or is it just the opposite? The small mom and pop operation, are they willing to work more with the customer?
Normally, I see both.
Okay.
I see both mom and pop and the large companies that are willing to work. Once in a while, I come across companies where I can just tell, look, they're not trying to get a customer a break.
Okay.
They're not trying to work out anything at all. But, in the video that I just did, I did say from the beginning, most repair shops do not want your vehicle. They don't.
Correct.
They just want to get paid and just have you to go on down the road. They don't have the space to accommodate these vehicles just sitting for weeks and months on end. They don't have that luxury. They want you to just pay your bill, get your vehicle, and just move on.
Okay.
Now the last resort is going to be that mechanic lien, where they're going to either be able to sell the vehicle to recover their losses, or they're going to get the title for it.
Okay.
And same thing, they're going to sell it, just
Right.
recover.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good information to know. So hopefully they will be willing to negotiate as far as payment plan or work out a payment plan. I don't know. Drivers, make sure you check in the beginning. If you know that it may be a little bit more expensive than what you were anticipating, see if they're willing to work out some type of payment plan with you or before any repairs are done. If it's brought in there by a tow truck, that's automatic. You're going to have to pay that tow bill. So that's the main thing you want to make sure you're doing, is taking care of that tow company. And hopefully, I'm not going to say one way or the other, hopefully they will not be charging you by the day while your vehicle is sitting there while you're trying to get your finances together.
Well, let me say this, John. So normally, if you're taking your vehicle into the mechanic, they really don't start the storage aspect until the vehicle has been repaired.
Okay.
That's
good.
normally how it works. So after the vehicle is repaired, you are inspected normally within a day or two. Come in and remove it.
Okay.
If it becomes a long, drawn-out process, the vehicle's been sitting for maybe a week, or longer, those storage charges are going to start adding up.
Okay.
Because, they might give you a day or two, to say, hey, your vehicle's here, come and get it. But normally when it starts to hit that third day, that's when those charges will come up.
Okay, they start
So
looking
if you
at
feel like
you.
you can't, reach that 72-hour point, or even sooner, start making calls to work out some sort of agreement if at all possible.
Okay, so communicate with that shop. Communicate with the people who are making the decisions at that shop. Drivers, don't just look at your situation and not communicate. Please make sure that you're doing everything possible to let that shop know what it is that you're desiring at that point. But I do know that a lot of times they won't start the repairs. They will ask you, are you ready to start these repairs, when they give you the estimate for the repairs. Shops will hold off sometimes making those repairs if you ask them to, because they want to be paid. They want to make sure that they're able to buy those parts, or the parts themselves may be on back order. So you have an opportunity there to buy some time as a driver. So make sure that you're doing the things that you need to do. Pre-trips and post-trips can help in some of these situations to keep you out of a tow bill, a storage bill. I'm not going to say it's going to keep you out of a mechanic bill that you have to pay, but it will keep you from being broke down on the side of the road if you can catch certain things before you start your day. So make sure every day you're doing a pre-trip. Make sure every day you're doing a post-trip. You're going around, checking your tires, checking your lights, checking electrical wires, looking underneath, making sure nothing is dragging, making sure you don't have any leaking hoses or anything that's going to cause your engine to have problems, or you have a tire issue. We don't want anything that's going to slow you down from being able to make your money. We don't want anything that's going to keep you from being able to get freight. So, if you're under freight, if you're under a load and you have these issues happening, that can go against you in a negative way too. You can eventually be blacklisted by brokerage companies if you're an owner-operator, if you're breaking down a lot, or if it's an important load and you couldn't get it there on time. A lot of things, you have loads that are time sensitive. So make sure you're doing everything within your power to stay on the road and off the side of the road, or being towed to a mechanic out of town somewhere. That's where you start running into warranty issues, and that's a whole nother field and a whole nother subject, dealing with warranties on the parts, even though you get it repaired, whether by roadside or at the mechanic shop. So drivers, make sure you're doing all the things you can to stay protected out here on the road. Okay, Chanel. Did you have any other examples you can share with us dealing with mechanic liens from a consumer's point of view as well as a company's point of view, trying to collect from that consumer?
I don't have any more examples to share, but I do want to say this, and I shared this in my video a few days ago about mechanic liens.
Okay.
So my recommendation, if you cannot pay the fees that is being shared with you after the diagnostic, if you can't afford it, and if that vehicle is drivable, remove that vehicle from off of the property. And instead of just trying to tell the mechanic, I'm going to scrape up my money,
Right.
or it's going to take me a week or a couple of days. I wouldn't go on that route or be in that position if I were you.
Right.
Get the vehicle towed if it's, not drivable, or drive it off the lot if it's drivable. Because what's going to happen is you can get in a situation where you're trying to scrape up that money and it's taking you days or weeks longer than what you had anticipated. Meanwhile, you not only have the diagnostic fee, you're going to also pay storage, per day.
Okay.
So just be mindful of that.
All right. Thank you again for sharing some valuable information, Chanel. So with that being said, we're going to end it right here so we can allow you to take care of the things that you need to take care of, and we'll do what we need to do on this end. So thank you everyone for tuning in to Truck Hauling Talks, along with Wisdom and Authority Title Solutions. And every week we are bringing you information, golden nuggets, as I like to say, that you can use in your everyday operations. If you have a small trucking fleet, or you're looking to purchase one, or you are owner-operator looking to scale, we're here with you weekly to go over things that may be able to help you. If you have any comments, please leave those below. Like, share, subscribe. And anyone out there who is going through this situation that we're talking about this week, we are understanding, and you can get through it. Just use the proper channels and the proper procedures. So again, be safe, drivers. Thank you again, Chanel, and take care, and we will do it again next week. Truck Hauling Talks can't make this podcast a success alone. You'll be joining a transportation community who share the same dedication to this important topic. Not only will you hear about the latest videos when you subscribe, but you'll also have the opportunity to engage with Truck Hauling Talks and other subscribers in the comments section. So what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and explore the world of transportation with us. Be safe, driver.